Jeneng mulutnya.
Panitia 3. Panitia 1 ya.
Sumur Dede
Di bawah Dede.
ah
Nggih.
Mantap. Ci.
Sebenarnya itu.
Terus di menu tuh. Hai. Sama kakak aja lagi ya.
Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today we have the next agenda in the international seminar of PPNI, and because the schedule is delayed and it's continue to this day. Okay, this is the second day of PPNI. Okay. Jadi sebelumnya Okay, apakah okay, so I hope everyone can hear my voice well. Okay, today we have our very special guest, and our guest is come from South Korea, and her name is Miss. Okay, wait. Aduh. Okay, sorry, there is some errors. Okay, let me continue the presentation. My name here is Muhammad Ungkiku. I am sitting here as your moderator, and our special guest come from the North South Korea is Miss Han Eun-jin, RN, MSN, CWCN, CFCN. And she will bring a very special topic. Let me greet Miss Eun-jin. Good morning, Miss Eun-jin.
Good morning.
Okay, how are you, Miss Eun-jin? Good?
Yes. Thank you for introducing me. Can I let me make presentation now?
Okay, you can start your presentation now, please.
Okay, can you see my material?
Yes, I can see your slide well.
Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I really appreciate it. It's okay. Can I start?
Yes, you can start.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I really appreciate this opportunity to let me speak to you today. I'm Eun-jin Han from Korea. I have been wound care nurse at Severance Hospital. I'm an advanced practice registered nurse in Korea and qualified as a wound care nurse and foot care nurse in the United States. Also, I work as an academic director of the Korea Wound Management Association and the Korea Diabetic Food Association. I'm happy to share my experience in Korea. Today, I will be talking about wound care technique for a cooperative patient. I have prepared in the following order like this. First, cooperative patient with a chronic wound, and second, why does the patient get mad at the nurse easily? It is about defense mechanism, and second, wound care technique is therapeutic communication.
Beta kira Zoom yang kemarin selesai padahal pembicara satu orang antara adalah dong lanjut ke Inggris.
What did you say?
No, you can continue. There is some participant who come in and doesn't turn off their voice. You can continue again your presentation.
My voice is okay. My material is okay.
Yes, everything is going well.
Okay, good. Thank you. Anyway, first I introduce my patient who on cooperative patient with a chronic wound. I have many diabetic foot patients who also a common complication of diabetics. Even though they are managed very well, Through methods such as diet, exercise, and insulin treatment, also in patients with diabetes, are not commonly caused by poor circulation, high blood sugar, nerve damage, or irritated or wounded feet. First, poor blood circulation is a form of vascular disease in which blood doesn't flow to your feet efficiently. Poor circulation can also make it more difficult for ulcers to heal. High glucose levels can slow the healing process of an infected foot ulcer, so blood sugar management is critical. My patients with type 2 diabetes often have a harder time fighting off infections from ulcers. Also, nerve damage is important. It is a long-term effect, and it can lead to a loss of feeling in their feet. Damaged nerves can feel tingling and painful. Nerve damage reduces sensitivity to foot pain. And then finally, results in painless wounds that can cause ulcers. Ulcers can be identified by drain from the affected area. And sometimes a noticeable lump that isn't low or low painful. These patients' wounds are difficult to heal and often require amputation of their legs. When asked how long it usually takes for a patient to recover completely, I said it's 1 year. There are many cases that it takes 1 year more. So many patients have had a hard time. Therefore, patients should pay attention to heal care as well as wound treatment. Diabetic control is absolutely essential for wound to heal wound. In addition, you need to adjust the blood pressure and cholesterol well. So, patient should be busy because wound care and take care of their diabetes. Yeah, it is not easy for them. To do this, patients should exercise more and eat healthier food. However, it is not easy for patients to change their lifestyle. They cannot change their lifestyle easily. In the end, there are many cases that wound healing is delayed due to poor blood sugar control. Even in situations that they have to amputate their leg, they often cannot easily change their lifestyle. It's not because he's a bad guy, it's not easy for everyone to change your habit. In order to change their lifestyle, nurses should patiently educate, check if they are doing well, encourage them. It's highly likely that it will not work out at once. So it is important to have a persistence as a nurse who deal with chronic wounds. Don't be disappointed in patients who don't perform very well. You must not give up your patient. It's a vascular ulcers that is difficult as a diabetic feet, especially arterial ulcers are caused by perfusion to the low extremity like diabetic feet, but it's more serious. It also referred to as ischemic ulcers. The overlying skin and tissue are then poor oxygen, killing this tissue and causing the area to form an open wound. Stopping smoking is so much important for arterial ulcers. Smoking can harden or clog the arteries, leading to improper perfusion to the extremities. But everyone knows that quitting smoking is not easy. However, smoking cessation is essential for wound treatment. In the course of treatment, I have to educate and check patients to quit smoking. It doesn't work out at once. The patient attempts to quit smoking and repeats failure or and success in the long-term treatment process. I know that my role is important at the time for patient, but sometimes I feel disappointed to my patient. Want to sometimes I want to give up my patient, yeah, but keep doing with my patient. This is a cancer wound. Ulcerating cancer wound is when a cancer that is growing on the skin breaks through the skin and creates a wound. We call them fungating cancer wounds. When the cancer grows, it blocks and damages tiny blood vessels. This can reduce the supply of oxygen to the area. This causes the skin and the tissue underneath to die. And the wound may become infected and ulcerated. It is most likely to happen in breast cancer, head and neck cancer, and melanoma. This is because these cancers develop close to or on the skin. Treatment to shrink the cancer may also reduce the wound and improve the symptoms. The treatment patient will be depends on the type of cancer, the part of their body that is affected, the type and size of the cancer, and whether it has spread. It means the stage of cancer. Commonly, we use the treatment include radiology therapy, chemotherapy, hormone therapy, surgery, or combination of these. One of the most psychologically affected wounds of the patient is known as the cancer wound. Especially if it is in the breast, patients have more psychological difficulties. Women often want to hide this problem. Treatment is often delayed because it is hidden without speaking quickly. If the patient hides the problem, the patient doesn't face the problem. She thinks the problem is small and denies that it will be okay. It is not serious, they think. It's not being treated. If the patient doesn't face the problem, the medical staff will not be able to join in solving the problem. So there are many cases where patients come to the house too late and die without cancer treatment. So patients have to face their problem, but it is not easy in many patients. It also, one of the patients have a problem physically. This wound is peripheral T-cell lymphoma. We call it PTCS. It is a heterogeneous group or clinically aggressive disease associated with poor outcome. This patient had no oncological treatment effect and needed leg amputation. I said to my patient, you have to amputation your leg soon. The patient was very angry to me, and he said, if you are medical staff, you must give me hope. You must not stay like that. The patient was so angry, so I cannot say anything more, but I really wanted to tell this to the patient. I'm not a person who gives hope without reality, but I am a person who gives hope based on reality. So I want to make him face his problem, but he doesn't understand my thinking, my teaching. Yeah, it's a very difficult, hard time. Anyway, I study and think about how to treat the wound every day. In conclusion, I realized that I cannot manage chronic wounds using only medical and nursing knowledge. So I need something more. So I was curious as a nurse. As a nurse, why doesn't the patient get mad at the nurse easily? Why isn't the patient cooperating with the treatment? I wonder why patients communicate incompletely. So I found the answer from Freud concept of defense mechanism can explain this about all of this situation. So I want to share about that defense mechanism. I want to introduce Freud's concept. Freud 지금은 is so famous psychologist. Freud presented a perspective on human behavior. According to him, human personality is complex and has more than a single component. In his famous psychoanalytic theory, he states the personality is composed of three elements, now known as the id, the ego, and superego. The id house basic needs, impulses, and desire. It's so simple. The id acts as a hedonistic pleasure center, whose primary goal is to satisfy basic needs. It's like baby. The ego is responsible for how we react to function in and make sense of the external world. The ego controls the demands of impulses of the and is home to our consciousness. The superego houses all the rules that we have run throughout our life and use this to control the ego. The superego is also home to the expectations of the ego, the way we should behave and think. Defense mechanism is a psychoanalysis term that refers to psychological consciousness of behavior in a situation where the ego is threatened. It protects itself from emotional problem by unconsciously deceiving itself or interpreting a thing differently. When events that break the peace of mind occur internal or externally, the anxiety that has occurred threatens the superego. At this time, it is a defense mechanism that the ego uses to deal with anxiety and regain mental composure. It is a defense mechanism that the ego compromises the needs of the superego and the original id. One of the most common misunderstanding about defense mechanism is the interpretation that defense mechanisms are used by weak people who to rationalize themselves, which hinders human internal maturity. Human mental strength is limited and slowly recovering from their injury or emotional injury using defense mechanism. In massive stress situation is a health way. If the stress situation is faced head-on without buffer, calling a defense mechanism, the mechanism will be emotional, the manager will be enormous. The key is to choose a socially acceptable defense mechanism. It's the most important. It means the patient use the following defense mechanism to protect themselves in several severe stress situations. Also, nurses are also human, so they can use defense mechanism to protect themselves. Means nurse in work situation. It could be a positive defense mechanism or a negative defense mechanism. But health people can use positive defense mechanism. But not everybody has, so everybody cannot use positive defense mechanism. Some people use negative defense mechanism to nurse. So many people may nurse hard. There are many kinds of defense mechanisms. Let's look at some of type defense mechanisms that make it difficult. Make it difficult for patient to treat. If the patient characteristics threaten their self-concept, it is assumed that the threatening impulse once is lies in others. They project in a way that others have them, may need to calm anxiety caused by negative aspects, such hypersensitive, anger, aggression, prejudice, and jealousy. This is an immature defense mechanism, which we call projection. Yes. And then is a displacement. When a client displays, they are changing or displacing or original target of a particular impulse to another simple target. For example, your boss angry to you. You cannot angry to your boss, so you be patient. But when you meet your kids, you find suddenly you angry to your kids. It is a displacement. This displacement occurs because the response to the initial target is considered unacceptable or impossible, like both. So major suitable target is found. The displacing person might be very intense toward the original target. I think this is the most common defense mechanism used by patient. The patient is angry at his situation, but the patient cannot be angry at the situation. So he'll look for undergoing who can easily get angry. That when new nurse or woman appears to him, she tries to help the patient, but the patient get angry at the nurse. He's not mad at the nurse, but he just needed someone to get angry. So it's a very difficult situation to nurses. Denial also many people use. Denial refers to the client-patient refusal to acknowledge certain facts about a particular situation where denial of extent of specific feeling, even perceptions. By not acknowledging the facts, the client is protected from a particular state of the world and its consequence and how this impacts the client. The faced with affordable reality, it refers to finding peace of mind and avoiding anxiety by denying the fact itself. This method is also widely used by patients. It is caused whether patients with cancer wounds don't come to the hospital and think they will be okay and treat them alone. Patients with diabetic foot also have to amputation their leg now. He doesn't accept the doctor opinion, and then he goes around the hospital, many hospital, and blame their doctor. It also is a denial. Maybe I think you guys have many experience like this. Sometimes I use denial defensive mechanism. This is a little bit funny defensive mechanism, conversion. Conversion is characterized by the transformation of psychological pain or distress into physical impairment, typically of sensory or motor symptoms, blindness, paralysis, seizure, like this. One of my patients has experienced extreme trauma and distress while relocating, have a car accident. A few days later, she wake up to find that she is blind. Neurological and ophthalmological examination show that her eyes are healthy, but optic nerve is intact. Yet she continues to present with blindness. In this case, her blindness has developed in response to her extreme stress, not real blindness. So we call it conversion. Rationalization is also common defense mechanism. Rationalization is the most commonly used mechanism for self-protective and face-saving. You can gain peace of mind by using excuses that may seem plausible, but if you go too far, you can cause delusions. For example, in fact, when you want to eat very much, but you can't want it, you force yourself to think. There is something that you didn't really want, you think. So there is a rationalization. Or another example, one of the students want to take exam, but score isn't good. So the student to say, I really want to high score, it is enough. Yeah, he makes himself satisfied. There is a rationalization. Yeah, sometimes it's good enough, but sometimes if rationalization too much, it isn't good for your life. When I meet a patient with these various defense mechanisms, that day is really a difficult day. Sometimes I get angry as a human being, not a nurse. Sometimes I get more angry because I cannot express it in front of the patient. Nurse will also be a self-defense mechanism to protect self-esteem, reduce guilt, and gain social recognition from other colleagues. Knowing how patient and nurse use self-defense mechanism to protect themselves can better understand human response to stress the situation, and we can use better approaches to address maladaptive behavior. So it is more so important. Not all patients are easy to deal with, or not all patients appreciate the service provided by the nurse. Stress from disease interferes with the patient's normal level of function. Personal facts such as coping method and attitudes influence responses to life hard events. Some patients may try to overcome challenges or be aggressive with the nurses in health problem, disease, and crisis situation. Patients will be generally response, and how nurses respond to them will be dealt with. The goal is to evaluate the patient behavior and to maintain respect for the integrity of the nurses as well as the patient while performing the role of the nurse. Next. So when the nurse understands the patient defense mechanism, and when the nurse understood the nurse's own defense mechanism, the nurse can understand the patient and the nurse can understand her own feelings. As a result, the nurse can perform therapeutic communication while protecting the nurse herself, even if the patient responds negatively.
Iya. Iya memang. Tapi keramik tuh
Therapeutic communication is an essential nurse technique in providing holistic care. It is effective in identifying patient needs and providing comfort by solving problems, also in carrying out nurse activity for health promotion and prevention. It is an essential professional capacity in nursing. As a nurse acquire and gain experience in establishing continuous clinical rapport with the patient, he or she may obtain a clear understanding of therapeutic communication and improve his or her capacity by implementing it effectively. When a patient poses a threat to his or her health or well-being, he or she feels anxious. Anxiety can also be seen as a response to fear, conflict, or stress. Anxiety is an uncomfortable feeling caused by an unknowing cause of anxiety. Anxiety consists of several stages. As a stage gradually rises and anxiety increases, the degree of awareness and interaction of the patient's surrounding decreases. Nurses can provide detailed information on the patient concern to relieve the patient anxiety due to unspecific causes. Nurses can be supportive and empathetic to patients in stress situation or in the process of making decisions. Nurses can help identify what the patient is afraid of. Also, she can assess the patient's support system and previous coping mechanism and the plan and the intervention method to relieve their anxiety. However, you should keep in mind that just having the patient talking about what he or she wants and actively listening can relieve anxiety. You don't meet angry patient often, but any nurse sometimes needs to talk to this patient. Anger comes in response to fear, frustration, and anxiety. Of course, it is also uncomfortable for people who upset anger. Until they can clarify why they are angry, the nurse will have a hard time dealing with a very angry patient. A patient can be angry for a number of reasons. Getting angry may be a reaction to the loss of control that can be felt during hospitalization. It can also indicate this response when you have to listen to override personal questions or speak information. Anger can be a part of a particular bible that deal with the loss of control or stress. You can get angry even in situations similarly to problems that have not been solved in the past. The patient will be afraid to illness, treatment, and uncertain about the future. And an angry patient may relieve his anger at the nurse, or the patient may be angry because of various situations related to healthcare services. So difficult time. Because of these various reasons, nurses should understand anger as a personal response to stress situation and evaluate each patient individually. The person who gets angry is like Coca-Cola. Even if you try to stop the Coke from popping out, but you cannot stop it. You have to wait for it to pop out, or if you try to stop someone's anger, it makes people angrier more and more. The nurse waits patiently until the patient slowly calms down. Don't stop. Don't make them stop angry. Anger is a complex emotional response. Anger is also an elementary of a mood relieving emotional response. When the patient is angry, he or she wants someone to listen to him or and the nurse's approach should be given priority. Also, you should not listen to patient in a defensive manner. In fact, a defense attitude in a natural reaction that occur because I want to avoid anger or feel personally attacked. However, nurses should not feel the anger of patient as a personal. In most cases, the patient gets anger while adjusted to the situation. In the patient is very angry and out of control or is at risk of harming himself or others, or especially nurses ask for help from other people or keep someone near the patient. So sometimes I call police or security guy to protect medical staff. The nurse is also an ordinary person. We are complex being with emotions, fear, hopes, and desire. It is also influenced by an individual genetic disposition, family background, and cultural background. Nurses should know how to identify factors that affect the individual uniqueness. In healthcare situation, nurses often encounter stressful or difficult situations while playing the role of nurses, and they should understand the situation and solve problems. In order for a nurse to understand the interaction with a patient, she must first know exactly about yourself. The term of self-concept, knowing myself, of self-awareness is a concept that is often discussed in human development theory. The term self or self-concept, knowing myself. This is defined as the concept of distinguishing oneself from others. Self-awareness is a judgment attitude toward oneself that affects behavior and is a criterion for determining something. Self-awareness is a series of processes that actively learn about the component of the self. If a nurse know exactly about herself, she can interact therapeutically with the patient. Nurses help patients control external events related to their health or treatment and their responses to them. In addition, if the nurse excluded personal feeling about the patient response, more effective interaction can be made. The focus of relationship formation is on the needs and responses of patients, not nurses. A deeper understanding of oneself can not only improve the growth of nurses themselves, but also further strengthen professional communication with the patient. There is no chronic wound healing technology for uncooperative patient. However, professional communication with the patient by wound nurses is sufficient enough. Yeah, thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you for your very nice explanation about the wound care technique in cooperative patient, and now we are waiting for the question for the participants. Oke, untuk penanya atau para partisipan silakan bertanya tentang tadi materi yang telah disampaikan oleh Miss Han Eunjin tentang bagaimana penanganan luka terhadap pasien yang kurang kooperatif. Kurang kooperatif di sini maksudnya adalah pasien yang sering marah, pasien yang sulit untuk ibarat bahasa itu sulit untuk dibilangi atau yang sulit lah untuk dikontrol. Jadi mereka itu kayak masih kaku bahasanya. Jadi penanganan terhadap pasien-pasien seperti itu. Oke. Okay, any question? Okay. I think there is a question.
Do you have any question?
Yeah, actually we are still waiting for the question about the wound care technique at the uncooperative patient. Okay, how if I am as a moderator open the question section about this topic? Can I? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So my question is, as a nurse, we have the limitation of our patients, and outside there are so many patients that's uncooperative to us, and sometimes we have a bad day, or sometimes we have a bad mood about to face this patient. How should we keep understanding the patient, or what should I do as a nurse?
Diabetic foot diabetic foot should treat long term, 1 year or 2 year or 10 year. So when I meet on cooperative patient, the first I just wait. He prepared to join their treatment, and only treatment when I meet first time the patient doesn't ready to care their feet. They are not ready to amputate their feet. They don't know the situation. So I talk with them a lot and just wait, and they can have energy, emotionally energy to join their treat with me. So I never give up my patient. Yeah, even though smoking or uncontrolled diabetic sugar control. Yeah, but always say, are you okay? Can you do very well, doing well? Yeah, you can do more, cheering, every time cheering. Yeah, but sometimes they don't want to change their life. They don't want to listen my opinion. I reject their one time. Sometimes I reject. You don't need to carry your feet. After that, you can wait until your amputation leg and then treat amputation your leg. So sometimes I make them fear about amputation. Yeah. So anyway, just never give up, just wait. Yeah, my patient. That's all.
Okay. Thank you for your answer. So sometimes as a nurse, it's not only curing their physical wounds. Sometimes we also need to curing their emotional wounds, just like cheering up them and motivate them to change their life. Okay. Okay. While waiting the question, it's just like subjective question about for your opinion, Ms. Han Eunjin, what kind of wound that is the hardest to be cured? I mean,
sorry, can you repeat?
okay, what is the hardest wound to be cured? Is this diabetic wound or maybe cancer or the other wounds?
My major wound, you mean?
Yeah, according to you.
Sorry, can you repeat one more?
Okay, according to you, Miss Han and Eugene, what is the hardest wound to be cured?
Hardest wound, everything. Yeah, everything. But cancer wound people have emotional problem, and they almost patient is waiting to their death. So treatment isn't hard, but my feeling too hard. But diabetic foot patients want to have desire to heal their feet, so it was so very difficult to treat. I should have many techniques to heal their diabetic foot, but emotionally they make stressful, more heal faster. So I think everything is a hardest wound, hard wound. Yeah. Also pressure so hard. Every chronic wound is hard emotionally, not technically.
So it needs not only one technique, it needs some techniques to cure it as well. Okay, very good explanation. And then we are still waiting for the participants about the question. Okay, we are still waiting the question. Okay, while waiting the question, you said that the one how to tackle the one is just there is unfamiliar vocab for me. That is therapeutic communication, right?
Yes.
Can you explain it in the simple ways about what is actual therapeutic communication? Because I think it's according to your explanation, it's just like one of the best way to manage the patient that doesn't want to cooperate with us.
You mean what is the therapeutic communication?
Yeah. Therapeutic communication.
My talking and listen. When I meet my patient, I listen their feeling, their opinion, everything, fear, feeling, everything, and talking. What is their thinking, everything, and I receive. First I make rapport with my patient and obtain their understanding of their situation and care and empathy and their feeling and their situation. It is a therapeutic communication. It's one of the nurse implement. Maybe you guys, all of you guys are doing now.
Okay. Yes. Okay, we are waiting for the question actually because the participant is just logging to us, but there is we are still waiting for someone to raise their hand and make a question. Okay, please, everyone, anyone there? Okay, I'm sorry for the technical error because there is some music coming.
Maybe no more question, right? Oh.
Yeah. Actually, asking the question, but there is the committee doesn't give some explanation about the condition. Oke, panitia, gimana? Masih lanjut atau sudah disudahi? Oke. Let me explain about our dialogue about my question. So let me explain in bahasa Indonesia. So maybe there is a question will appears to our topic today. Ya, jadi yang diterangkan oleh Miss Untitled tadi adalah penanganan bagaimana pasien ketika sulit untuk diajak bekerja sama dalam penyembuhan penyakitnya. Tadi pertanyaan pertama saya adalah kadang-kadang kita akan sebagai perawat berada dalam kondisi yang kurang baik secara psikologis, secara emosional. Jadi apa yang harus kita lakukan? Jawaban dari Miss Untitled tadi adalah ketika itu tergantung dengan pasiennya itu telah dirawat berapa lama. Biasanya kalau pasien yang perawatannya masih sebentar itu biasanya memang sulit untuk diajak komunikatif atau sulit untuk diajak bekerja sama, dan itu juga tergantung kepada kita. Jadi ada namanya yang diterangkan pada slide tadi, ada hal yang disebut dengan therapeutic communication, yaitu suatu teknik di mana yang tekniknya itu adalah bagaimana komunikasi kita itu bersifat menjadi komunikasi yang bersifat terapeutik atau ibaratnya itu menyembuhkan lah. Komunikasi yang bersifat bahasa milenialnya healing atau menyembuhkan atau memotivasi. Jadi pasien itu tidak disembuhkan secara fisikal saja, tapi juga disembuhkan secara emosional. Kita motivasi untuk merubah gaya hidup, kita motivasi untuk menuju ke arah yang lebih baik. Jadi seperti itu. Terus pertanyaan kedua saya tadi adalah sebagai beliau sebagai expert, saya juga bertanya tentang kira-kira luka apa yang paling sulit untuk disembuhkan. Jadi luka apa yang paling sulit untuk disembuhkan menurut Dr. Hanjin tadi adalah lukanya itu adalah luka-luka seperti diabetes, karena di luka diabetes itu tidak hanya membutuhkan kita membutuhkan bukan hanya satu teknik, tapi kita membutuhkan banyak teknik untuk menyembuhkan luka tersebut. Oke, jadi seperti itu tadi ringkasan pertanyaan yang telah saya buat kepada Miss Untitled. Oke, untuk para peserta, saya sangat menantikan pertanyaan Anda tentang penyembuhan luka terhadap orang yang sulit untuk diajak bekerja sama. Jadi silakan bertanya. Okay, we are still waiting for the question because still no one who raised their hand. to ask the question, and I think I have accepted some answer for you, so we are waiting for the other participant to raise their hand. Okay, how about condition in Korea? What season today?
Korea what?
In Korea there are 4 seasons, right?
Sorry, Korea we have what? Can you?
4 seasons. 4 seasons, right?
Oh, 4 seasons?
Yes. What seasons today in Korea?
Yeah, this is the summer season. Yeah.
Okay. What season today? What season? It is spring or summer or winter or autumn maybe?
Now it's the summer season, summer vacation season now.
Okay. So in Indonesia there is only 2 seasons, that is dry season and rainy season. So most of Indonesians are curious about how the taste of snow, how the taste of how the feel of touching the snow, just like that, just like me, because there are only 2 seasons in Indonesia, dry and rainy, and today is a dry season because maybe we are Asians. There in Korea there is summers, and in Indonesia there is dry season. Okay. Okay, waiting for the question. Oke, saya sangat mempersilakan kepada penanya untuk menanyakan topik yang kita bahas hari ini. Saya ulangi lagi, topiknya yaitu tentang bagaimana menangani luka terhadap orang yang sulit diajak bekerja sama, atau terhadap pasien yang sulit untuk diajak kerjasama. Sulit diajak kerjasama ini hal-hal seperti ketika mau ditangani lukanya marah, tidak kooperatif, atau hal-hal lain seperti itulah. Jadi penanganannya seperti apa? Nanti ketika okay, there is a question. Let me read the question. Okay, wait. Okay, there's a question. How to face a patient that has incorporative family? I mean, the family doesn't support about the wound care, and it makes a patient want to even thinking about suicide. Do you get the question?
Oh, about suicide?
It's like this. It's like this. The family doesn't support the care of the patients, doesn't support the medication of the patient, about the wound care about the patient. How to face this condition? It makes the patient depression. How to face this condition as a nurse?
It's the most important, I think, important question. It's a good question, but just I keep using therapeutic communication. And if I think my patient have a serious depression, I catch about that, I should send a report to psychologist and to care their depressed expert professionally. So I should report your expert to psychologist. It's the most important part.
Oke, jadi penanganan terhadap pasien yang kurang didukung oleh keluarga menurut Mas Eunjin tadi adalah kita menggunakan therapeutic communication. Jadi kita sebagai nurse juga bukan hanya bukan hanya mensupport kepada pasien, kita juga harus memberikan arahan kepada keluarga tentang penyembuhan ini adalah aman, penyembuhan ini baik, penyembuhan ini sangat berguna buat pasien. Jadi bukan sekedar pasien yang kita beri motivasi atau berikan penyuluhan, tapi kita juga harus menyentuh keluarga mereka. Jadi seperti itu. Okay, I think there is a second question. Okay.
Sinyal ketika.
Okay, there is one interesting question. Okay, Miss Han, do you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me, Miss Han? Okay, there is interesting question. It is possible for us to care to heal the cancer wound to make it just like a normal wound, normal skin again.
Sorry, can you repeat that one more?
Can we heal the cancer wound?
Cancer wound.
Yeah, to be normal again, just like there is no wound. Can we make it like this? Can we care to the cancer wound to be a normal skin again? It is possible or no?
Cancer wound cannot heal. Cannot heal. Have to just only dressing. It is not enough to cure. They have to treat a radiologist or chemotherapy or surgery or a combination of these. So not dressing. Dressing isn't effective only. So just dressing means I can care their symptom or high quality of life, care their quality of life. That's all. Not dressing isn't important for them to treat. Yeah, should be chemotherapy.
Okay, let me explain in bahasa Indonesia. Jadi kita sebagai nurse atau kita sebagai perawat itu tidak memiliki kemampuan untuk menyembuhkan, itu tidak bisa. Kita hanya bisa mungkin membersihkan mukanya. Kalau penyembuhan kanker itu hanya bisa dilakukan lewat kemoterapi. Yang kedua bisa lewat operasi atau surgery. Jadi kanker itu hanya bisa diobati lewat operasi sama kemoterapi. Jadi ketika kita membersihkan ya daya kita atau upaya kita hanya membersihkan atau memberikan penanganan seadanya supaya infeksinya tidak terlalu berlebih. Jadi seperti itu. Okay, we are waiting for the next question. Maybe this is the last question. Actually, there is from our participant, there is a question that come from with Korean style, Korean word or Korean. I don't know how to translate it. I mean, just like Korean alphabet in our chat box. Okay. Oke, committee, panitia gimana? It is enough, sudah selesai. Okay. Wait a moment.
Someone asked the question in Korea. Can I answer?
Yeah, you can see on the chat box.
Yeah, so thank you for thank you for in Korea. So Korea healthcare fee isn't expensive. Even if Indonesian people can treat cheaply, because if just you can come and work 3 months and pay tax 3 months, and then you can Korea government insurance covered insurance or treat, so it's not expensive treat wound. Only 3 months working.
Okay.
Pay tax.
A very good information, because it is hard for me to speak Korea, so I'm sorry to ask yourself to translate it. Okay, I get instruction for the committee. I think this interesting presentation is enough for me. As a presenter, as a moderator, I say a lot of thanks to you, because it will elaborate our knowledge about how to get a wound and the patient. So to you, I think enough. So nice to meet you, and good. Nice to meet you. See ya. Okay.
Yeah, happy to see you.
Oke, untuk partisipan selanjutnya akan saya serahkan kepada panitia. Jika ada salah kata, saya minta maaf sebesar-besarnya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, terima kasih untuk Mas Ungki. Untuk acara ini saya ambil alih. Selamat pagi, mohon maaf, selamat siang Bapak Ibu peserta. Bagaimana, apakah masih semangat untuk hari ini? Ya, baik, mengingatkan untuk Bapak Ibu peserta untuk mengisi absensi, ya. Jadi untuk absensi silakan mengisi di YouTube agar terekam jejak secara virtual. Untuk mengingatkan sekali lagi, silakan Bapak Ibu peserta mengisi absensi di YouTube agar terekam jejak secara virtual. Baik, memasuki penghujung acara, saya akan menyampaikan sedikit informasi terkait agenda pelatihan kesehatan yang akan datang. Mungkin dari panitia bisa menampilkan brosur pelatihan kesehatan yang akan datang. Nah, di sini agenda yang akan datang ada pelatihan nasional, modern dressing terkini, CWCCA,
sampai sudah kita nih tempat namanya OPT tenaga cari kerja.
Ya, pelatihan ini akan dilaksanakan pada tanggal 14 sampai 17 September, pelaksanaan 4 hari di Kota Kediri.
Saiki nganu ya. Apa kon komen Facebook apa? YouTube lho, Mbak. Piye rekam jejak elektronik iki lho.
Jadi untuk Bapak Ibu peserta yang ingin mengikuti pelatihan rawat luka secara modern dan menambah ilmu di bidang kesehatan, terutama di rawat luka ya, bisa mengikuti seminar pelatihan rawat luka terkini CWCCA di Kota Kediri. Untuk peserta yang ingin bergabung atau mendaftar bisa melalui kontak person yang ada di brosur atau menghubungi panitia yang lainnya. Saya ingatkan sekali lagi untuk agenda yang akan datang yaitu pelatihan kesehatan, pelatihan nasional tanggal 14 sampai 17 September 2022 di Kota Kediri. Jadi yang ingin mengikuti pelatihan bisa menghubungi kontak person yang ada di brosur maupun di panitia yang lainnya. Untuk informasi selanjutnya yaitu terkait sertifikat. Terkait sertifikat akan dibagikan atau di-share mulai hari ini. Jadi dimohon Bapak Ibu untuk menunggu karena sertifikat akan dibagikan secara bertahap. Saya ulangi sekali lagi, untuk pembagian sertifikat akan di-share mulai hari ini secara bertahap. Setelah itu informasi yang selanjutnya yaitu terkait materi. Jadi untuk materi seminar yang sudah terlaksana mulai kemarin tanggal 16 sampai 17 Juli bisa di-download di website di www.onphc.com. Saya ulangi sekali lagi, untuk materi bisa di-download di website kami di www.onphc.com. Ya, saya ingatkan sekali lagi ya untuk Bapak Ibu untuk mengisi absensi di YouTube agar terekam jejak secara virtual. Baik, demikian rangkaian acara pada hari ini. Saya selaku perwakilan panitia, mohon maaf yang sebesar-besarnya apabila terdapat hal-hal yang kurang berkenan dalam acara ini. Saya akhiri. Akhirul kalam, billahi taufiq wal hidayah, wa ridho wal inayah, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam 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 warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kau udah pipis. Kau udah pipis.
Bukan orang, bukan sarap.
Suara orang itu.
Bukan orang.
Betul. Betul.
Itu bapak sepupu.
Eh,